It's strange how some printed words can evoke emotion. You live in a different world. Not a world of words, but of things that you cannot express.
You're the one who's lost contact with life. You've let yourself be conditioned by machines.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
This is great.
Hi.
I'm so excited for tonight. I've been waiting for this one for a while, and all the weird, stupid things I've plotted for it.
I'm the smartest, wisest, strongest, most beautiful person I know.
You're the strongest, wisest, smartest, fastest, and most beautiful person you know.
And now,
I
Drew,
like-
if we have to do a sanity saving throw now, and I am not drunk, I want you to make me roll that with disadvantage, because being drunk makes me sane.
It makes you sane.
So if I am not liquored up when that sanity roll happens, I want it at disadvantage.
You're gonna be regretting that decision later.
Nope. Roleplay this shit.
All right. So before we actually get into this any further, let's do some introductions. I am Drew Tillman, and I am going to be your DM tonight for Meanwhile in Barovia. the Village. That's what we're calling this. And tonight
Oh.
I am joined by, let's start with John.
Hi, I'm John, also known as That Film Guy on the socials, and I'm playing Otus Reedfellow, your halfling bard.
And Volonda.
I'm Volonda. I am playing Grimette the Flaming Comet, who is a sorcerer gnome who's also somewhat on fire, with a missing hand, and a walking cane made of bone, and a fucked leg.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the bone leg.
and
Bones are my enemies, bitches.
And Jules.
Hi, I'm Jules. I'm sorry if my audio is a little off. I'm currently at my parents' house visiting, and this is the best I could do. So I play Surnia Reedfellow. She is the smartest, wisest, strongest, fastest, and most beautiful druid that anybody knows. And she has a minor scar from the last encounter.
Oh, just a minor scar. It's
Just a minor scar. I think it goes through her lip. So she's definitely
That's rad.
just like a little
yeah. So you got a
like,
nice little
oh.
show-off scar.
show-off scar. She's still the smartest, wisest, strongest, and most beautiful person. Like, the scar just makes her
Distinguishable.
so much more beautiful.
I've got that minor scar when I got into a drunken discussion with the dick elves and kept calling him a dick elf,
Oh, he's adorable.
and he
No,
decided to
he's
try to cut
adorable.
me, and I had the cutting words him back.
Except you said, I'm going to use my cutting words, and really you just broke a bottle.
I'm like,
You
see, it says
forgot
words
you-
on it, cutting words.
You forgot you had magic, and you just went, ah! And you're
Hey,
like,
being drunk keeps me sane now. I've seen some shit in these last 3
Yeah.
levels.
You have seen so much shit. Which
even
actually,
my last character drank herself into the Feywild accidentally, so this is all really coming full circle.
how do you even achieve that?
I decided we'd that her whole thing, the premise was you're in the Feywild and you trying to leave, and I couldn't think of a reason for her to be there, and I was like, she just got really drunk last night and woke up in the Feywild.
You know, I can't argue with that. It seems like a good enough reason to end up in the
Great.
Feywild.
It's so great.
So, I have calmed down now for my terrible review of things. You've all been waiting in the village of Erasnu for months. Last time we played, it was winter. The snows had blocked off any exit from the actual town, like further than the forest you explored. Winter is finally broken. The snows are melting, and you have spent your winter poking and prodding every conceivable way that you could leave Barovia from this location. And it didn't work. So, you left.
Surnia spent the winter knitting herself a sweater out of cat hair.
Sounds horribly uncomfortable.
I spent the winter keeping myself warm by drinking cinnamon whiskey.
All right.
I spent the winter keeping myself warm by being Grimette the Flaming Comet. And I need to know what's happened to my boyfriend.
Yeah.
He has gone about you saw him several times as the Vistani brought food to the town, but he currently is on a trip away from here.
He is on a
And-
business trip.
Exactly.
We're fluid.
He's just on a business trip. It's fine.
How do you manage long distance? That's so hard.
It is not hard, really. I know I'm the only person who can keep him warm, so...
You know, that is literally true.
That is very true.
If only you were as pretty as me.
Well, I am missing a hand. She just
Yeah.
raises one up.
Hey, you got a fucked up leg.
You can't paint a nubbin, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is, we've gotten around it. It is, a thing we deal with.
Well, I don't
I
really
think I have mage hand.
any details, actually. This was just a polite conversation.
You've stepped into a trap, Surnia. Oh my. All right. And so you've left Erasnu, and initially you were guided by one of the dick elves, as you call them.
One of them is called Adorable.
Yes.
That's all I
Adorable
know.
dick
Other
elf.
Adorable the dick elf.
Adorable Dick Elf number 2,
Do you
actually.
think we could get that officially sanctioned by Wizards of the Coast?
Adorable the Dick Elf number 2
Adorable the dick.
is an official NPC now. He will show up at some point again in the future.
It's gonna be added. The Curse of Strahd's gonna get an addendum with all the new characters. An adorable the Dick Elf number 2.
Number 2. He's not even Dick Elf number 1. He's number 2.
No, he's number 2.
But initially, he's leading you, and then he turns back to go back to the other elves, and you continue on your way. And you cross Barovia back and forth for weeks, chasing every rumor and half-whisper you can find of ways to get out. And you fight and scrap and drag yourself, which is where all of the terrible things have happened. Because
and drink ourselves.
And drink yourselves across Barovia. There's no luck.
A little bit more drunk.
There you go. Grimette thinks that occasionally Grimette thought she could convince her boyfriend / husband to take her out, but he refused, saying it is a well-kept, well-guarded secret of the Vistani.
I've quite yet to earn my place in their society.
Exactly.
You have to spit at the ground.
You have to spit at the
But
ground.
that is quite disgusting. I think we had this conversation before. This is not hygienic.
We did, and you're still wrong.
I'm not wrong. I set it on fire.
Set it on fire. So after probably 2 months of wandering back and forth, you're headed back towards Erasnu, chasing another rumor. You've heard that there is the nearest you can get is it's a place of safety back this way, and you have to know how to find it. And that's where the camera comes in, and it's sweeping along this rocky cliff and towards this fall, and it drops down, and we see the three of you wandering up this barely discernible rocky path, climbing up this cliff face. And you continue on your way, and the camera kind of follows you along. And as you finally reach the top and look down, you look into a valley. It's not a very big valley. It's maybe a quarter mile long and a half mile wide. It's big enough for what you see in the valley to not look super weird. At the north and the south end are thick forests of evergreen trees, and nestled in the middle of the valley is a scattering of buildings. One large building surrounded by several smaller ones, and they look in very good care from here, and you see people moving about them. But what's weird about this village that you see is it's bathed in light. And not any light. It's bathed in sunlight. And I will leave you here to decide what you want to do.
Grimette, did you do that?
Yeah,
I do firelight, not sunlight.
But isn't the sun made of fire?
Perhaps, but that is sunlight. This is firelight, and I'll just make a small fiery thing appear where my hand used to be.
I think
And then I'm gonna kind of spit some of the 100 proof that I had to make like a little fireball.
That is very impressive. We need to work on this.
Yes, as part of the new act.
Yes, part of the new act,
Like,
yes.
so. You didn't. Do you know who did do it? You in contact with other people who do this kind of thing?
It would be a lie if I said yes, but I could say yes if it makes you feel better.
Listen, we've been on the road
Not
for weeks. There's
really.
buildings. Let's get a bed.
Yeah,
And
I
a drink.
kind of smell, but I smell better than both of you, which is saying something. It's bad. You all smell very
I
bad.
imagine at this point I just reek of alcohol.
Oh yeah, it's
Grimette, I thought the fire would have burned your.
Occasionally I get too close to Grimette and I feel myself catching from the papers.
We now have a tacit agreement that she has to be between us at all times.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm just seeing it. Then it is just really just this tunnel of stench that you just can't get away from.
No.
I
Well-
smell fine.
Yeah, perhaps we should just go down to the village and see what they offer. I mean, apart from that, it is sunlight, and I have not seen sunlight since we got here.
No, we haven't.
Wait a minute.
Have we seen? I did not know this was a feature of Barovia. So now I'm a little.
You have not. The sun and sky have been constantly covered by thick gray clouds. In fact, the only reason you've never seen this village is the way the mountains are. The mountains actually pierce the clouds, except for right in this valley. There's an opening in the clouds, and sun is shining directly onto this village.
I think we go down there because, well, think of all the things that sunlight kills. So
It's like not that God is telling us that we should be there.
yeah,
I'm gonna give you inspiration for that.
I'm
I'm just giving
so
that
happy
one
right
out.
now.
All right, check mark.
okay. So we go down and we bathe Otus.
Okay. You all head down
Ain't
into
me
this
and vodka.
valley.
We're
would
gonna
be-
get you a bath, Otus.
you all-
Right, vodka. It kills all the germs. I'll be super clean.
It does.
No, as we have discovered these past weeks, that does not work for you. It don't kill the smell germs. That's for damn sure.
Otis, I have to ask a question. Why are you drinking so hard these days? I mean, not that I object. Everyone has their own foibles, but
When you see some shit, you see some shit. And then you know what? You see less shit when you're drunk and blacked out.
Otis, if you were wiser, you would not drink. Maybe you should be wise like me.
Allow me to jump
That's a
in.
no.
Here. Allow me to jump in here. Otis started drinking heavily after you went to see Ginny Greenteeth.
Oh. Yeah, the Jenny girl. Yeah, she Jenny from the block. She's it's been rough after meeting her.
Her teeth were green.
You're having this conversation as you're climbing down this very narrow trail into this valley, and you navigate through the woods, and eventually you come out. And as you get closer to this village, everyone make a perception check.
Perception.
Oh, my wisdom. I forgot to. Well, we're just gonna do that as we go. I put I leveled all the things that had to do with that I was proficient in, but I didn't level up all the things that
All the
I
other things.
just got.
That's why
I
I
didn't
joined
mark
my
it.
auto fill-in sheet where I just say, I'm now this level. Do the math for me.
Yeah.
Do all the
Thank
work.
you, more purple, more
I
better.
have one of those.
That'll be a 21.
Whew.
That
Boy.
is a dirty 20 for Surnia.
I like that term.
I am too busy trying to climb down a mountain to notice what's going on. I got a 12.
Actually, you do notice though.
Ah, shit.
Because as you get closer, you see all these people. They're walking around. Some of them are working in small gardens. Some of them are just standing around talking. But
Oh my God, is this Whoville?
They're not tiny. You see a collection of different races and different people. But there is something different about them from all the people you've seen in Barovia. The people in Erasnu and Valakai and Barovia, the town itself. They seem just different. But one of them who's standing there talking to this half-orc turns and runs off towards the center of town as soon as they spot you.
But
And
do
they-
they seem happy?
Yeah.
Is that the difference?
They seem animated.
Animated.
Oh, they seem like they're not suffering from vitamin D deficiency.
Yeah, let's go with that. They've seen the sun. They enjoy it quite a bit.
They saw the sun.
They're tan.
I
That's
pulled
what
the
it
flute and
is.
started singing that. Oh, Picard, I missed you.
Oh no.
And then you see that I kind of tip Picard back a little bit like that.
No.
And then wipe my mouth because Picard has a secret flask.
You modified your flute to be a secret flask.
That is a level of alcoholism that I am.
No.
On board with.
Does
Wow.
Surnia see this?
Roll
I don't know.
perception check.
I'll do sleight of
And
hand.
roll sleight of hand. Let's see what happens.
Okay, you got to beat a 12. Oh,
All
you
right,
beat
that's going to be a
12.
22.
Jesus.
Cernia thinks he's playing the flute very weirdly, but doesn't notice anything else.
Glug, 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 glug.
Otis, is that you adopted a new style there?
New town, new styles. You got to play to the crowds.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know people like it. You look real strange, Otis.
Well, you smell funny.
Oh, these fighting words. I beat you up when we were kids. I beat you up again.
Perhaps we can leave this strange bickering. We look weird because we are three very, very short people wearing a single trench coat. I think that is probably the
One of
problem.
us who doesn't have a hand and has a busted leg.
Wait,
Yes.
as we get to the bottom of the valley, I assume we trench coat.
Oh,
I
you want a
just
trench
assume.
coat?
I
Yeah.
assume we trench coat. We have to trench coat.
Okay, you trench coat. And as you walk up, and the person runs off, about 7 figures who are all near the road where you're headed in, they break off from what they're doing and head towards you. And they kind of make this semicircle in front of you, and they're all like, "Oh, welcome. You all look, or you, I guess. Actually, roll performance. Let's see if they notice you're 3 people in a trench coat."
All right, performance.
24.
Oh, good. I'm plus 10 in performance. 28.
Nice!
That's an 11, but I feel like combined.
I feel like
that since you're the middle.
There's 2 successes. I feel like it's okay.
2 very good successes.
Surnia's on the bottom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Surnia is the
I would like to pass the motion that perhaps I am going on top now because I have broken leg.
I'm the face.
You are no.
See, look at this. My face is pretty.
Sonia, perhaps we should make him go in the middle now because he's very, very drunk.
Yeah, you want me to hold you guys up on my drunk shoulders?
There is no way that I can hold you on top of my broken leg.
No, that's a hobbly person.
No, I think that Grimette goes on top. You can be the tummy. You the tummy.
All of a sudden, a flash just goes into the inside, just into the middle of the coat.
I imagine our trench coat has 3 different armholes, and one is just...
Of course.
Hello! It is a pleasure to meet you. It's gonna be hilarious.
They're just like, it's wonderful to meet you. What's your name?
My name is Grimette.
It's a lovely name. And the woman talking to you, she's this human woman with dark brown hair tied up in a bunch. She's like, my name is I had a name written down. I'm breaking everything. Shh. My name's Erica. Welcome to town. What brought you here? Why are you?
Your village is very odd compared to the rest of Barovia. There is sunlight. You all seem happy and animated. Everybody else seems, not.
And there's a round of chuckles through these people. And let me tell you who is standing here. You have a dwarven man with bright red hair that's tied up into his beard is tied up into braids. You have a human woman who you're talking to currently. There are 2 elves standing there, and they are both wearing green and are holding hands, showing an actual display of affection, which you have not seen from elves since you've been in Barovia. There's also a half-orc and a halfling standing on the far side, and the half-orc has this pale gray skin, and the halfling just has this very open expression and really long hair that kind of just like a mop that he swept back a little bit.
Is he hot?
I rolled an 8 to not drop the Grimette on my shoulders. My drunk ass trying to balance a person on top of me.
That works perfectly. So what happens is you say your Grimette and she introduces herself, and then Otus just leans too far, drops you, Grimette.
Ah! My leg!
It rips it rips the coat off, and that lets Surnia see the hot halfling.
And Surnia goes, ta-da!
Ta-da! Yeah, what she said.
We are 3 owls in a trench coat.
Yeah, we're 3 owls. What she said.
We're a real hoot.
Not what she said.
But in chick, and then Surnia turns into a little owl and flaps around. I assume by level 7 I'm allowed to turn into an owl.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
wild
really
shape.
look it up.
Yeah.
I'll say it's a little owl. Whether or not you can actually fly, according to the rules, you can turn into a little owl.
She turns into a little owl and hoots around.
Level 8.
Shh, don't worry about it. It's fine.
It's fine. You're not flying. It's fine. You turn into an owl and you're adorable. You're a flightless owl, okay?
You're just hopping around.
Yeah, she's not quite got the flying yet, and she's like she like hops around and like just be's cute to try to get them to like her.
It's adorable. Everyone, give me another perception check.
Nine.
12.
Mm-hmm.
I perceive the bottom of my flute flask.
Yes.
Flask.
Surnia, you're watching all of these
Flusk.
people, and
I like Flusk.
Flusk? Okay.
Yeah, my flusk.
You're watching these people. I mean, your eyes are more on the handsome halfling, but you're watching everyone, and they're all watching all of you, kind of amused by this whole spectacle of nonsense that's just happened. Grimette, you think you see something move at the corner of one of these buildings, but it's gone before you can really get a good look at it. And I'm assuming, John, you rolled so terribly that you're...
It was a 5.
Yeah, you're tangled up in the trench coat and drinking heavily.
Me and my flusk having a party.
So you don't hear or see anything. It's just all you're concerned about is your alcohol. And a moment later, the person that ran off comes back and he's being trailed, or he's following right behind this human woman with iron gray hair that's cut very short and kind of a military style, and she's broad across the shoulders, and she's wearing this like heavy leather coat and pants, and she comes up and she's wearing a badge on her coat. It's the sheriff. What are all you doing here?
Surnia is doing a little like roll around and then somersaulting back into herself.
We are three. We are 3 owls in a trench coat.
Surnia grabs your hand and then she like tries to pull Otis up. Called 3 owls.
He's like laying down.
Yes, we are 3 owls in a trench coat. Please let go of my hand. I wasn't going to fall over. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot. No, I grabbed your nubbin.
Oh, okay.
I grabbed your nubbin.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, I'm probably about to get arrested for public intoxication.
Otis, shut up.
We are simply traveling through Barovia, seeing if we can find a way out of this hellhole, and we came across your beautiful village here, which seems to be bathed in sunlight, and everybody seems overly happy.
I mean, overly, I think it might just be the normal level of happy, but after you've been here for half an hour, you really don't know anymore.
Yeah, we have no real concept of what normal happy is anymore.
You know, I come from a place where this sunshine, I want to tell you a fun secret. It's everywhere. Yeah, I imagine that.
The woman, she lets out a belly laugh. She's like, yeah, I'm from there too.
You sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure about that. In fact, we're all from outside of Barovia.
Oh no.
So we found our home.
No, we did not.
No.
So how are so you have not found a way home either?
No, we haven't found a way home, but we're safe here.
Where did the sunlight come from?
Is it the vitamin D?
The vitamin D doesn't protect you, but the sunlight does help.
What protects you from the things that
it's a lot of
come off your
very
hand?
powerful spells.
Grimette got her hand chopped off.
I see that.
Chomped off, really. It was a bite and bit it right off.
Mm-hmm. I did explode it though. It was pretty awesome.
Yes, you did. And honestly, I really did think you were gonna be able to pick your hand up out of the muck of that ghoul because it just like swallowed thing whole.
Mm.
That sounds like you three have some very interesting stories. You are welcome to stay here. There's a hot meal and a bed if you need it, and this is far safer than anywhere you would find on the road. But there is one rule for the town.
Sure.
You're gonna have to hand your weapons over.
I hand her my rapier and my dagger.
I look at myself, who is on fire.
This is the perfect party for this.
You are gonna have to be in a bucket of sand.
I'm
joking about it. They don't put you in a bucket of sand.
Oh my god, I want them to put her in a bucket of sand so bad.
Just a wheelbarrow. It's just like her head is out and just roll her around.
I am somewhat of a weapon just existing, so how does this work?
You promise not to set anyone on fire?
Oh, that's a
I put my hand behind my back, cross my fingers. I will at least promise I will attempt to not set people on fire.
Oh, she's gonna incite you.
She's gonna try. honestly nice lady. She does try her best.
Actually, roll me a deception, and she will insight against it.
Can Cernia help give her advantage on this deception?
Yes, I will let Surnia help give advantage.
Hey, Grimmy.
Yes.
Grimmy, why is her finger crossed?
Shut up, Otis! God damn it!
Okay, now you get disadvantage because Otis loudly said your fingers are crossed.
Please, no, Drew. Why?
Because he spoke up, and that's what happened.
Because I'm drunk.
Drew.
What did you get, Volonda?
And the advantage. I had a natural 1 and a natural 20.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Please don't.
But
Make
Otis
me
went,
do
"Why
this.
are your fingers crossed?"
It is
Wait,
for
what
good
happened
luck,
to
you
your finger?
idiot.
Well,
It is for good luck. My hand. I only have one hand.
Yeah. Why isn't it crossed? Why is it a stub?
Well, do you remember when we were fighting the gold things and it started to bite my hand, so I put my nub in it and then it exploded it? That's why I do not have another
Your
hand.
finger crossed the ghoul. That's why you finger crossed.
Yes.
the woman looks at you, and she shakes her head, and she's like, "Let me rephrase. Promise you won't set anyone on fire as long as they don't try to kill you."
I'll do. We can actually do that, and
That's-
I can keep. We don't.
I don't set people on fire.
No.
I sing fun songs.
I will promise to attempt not to set people on fire. I will attempt it. Sometimes it just happens. You cannot punish me for being me. It's not like I want to set people on fire. Actually, that is not true. Sometimes I very much want to set people on fire, but I will
Grimette never
promise
set
to try
the
not.
trench coat on fire.
That is true, and I am always on fire.
And Grimette's in that trench coat. It really is kind of a magical thing when you think
It
about
really
it.
is. And she's in one hand she's holding Otis's rapier and dagger, and she looks at Surnia. "You got anything on you?"
Oh, I mean, there is this, and she hands over her scimitar. I think is what it's called.
A scimitar?
Scimitar, and her. Do I need to give you my shield? And she holds it up, and you realize she's decorated it with like melted crayon.
I will let you keep your shield.
That's good because it's mostly for. It's mine.
I promise you will get the weapons back when you leave. I have no intention of keeping them from you. We just don't allow any in the town.
No, that's okay. I don't use that very much. Mostly do other things.
Another magic user.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, she's got bear claws.
Sometimes. Oh,
They're delicious.
Oh,
They're like fried
donuts.
pieces of dough.
Yes, we do make donuts on occasion, but I had not made any here because it's just such a sad and terrible.
Wait, you two can make donuts and you haven't made any for me? I thought we were friends.
I make them here. It's so nice and sunny, and half the times you don't really make donuts when there's ghouls.
That is true. Oh, you should have my dagger too, and I'll give her my dagger.
All right. She takes your dagger, your scimitar, your rapier.
Do you count this bone staff as a weapon? It could be used as a weapon.
Don't give up your cut. What are we gonna? You can't use piece of wood. It's gonna burn up.
I know, but I should at least offer them. To show that I am attempting to be willing not to set things on fire.
Oh, that's I guess.
I'll let you keep your walking aid.
True. Can I count this as a staff?
In a very, very tight pinch, I will let you count it as a club.
I will take that, sir. I think I have proficiencies in shitty common weapons.
Weapons. I'm proficient in shit weapons now.
Shit weapons, you know.
Damn it! I'm not.
Well,
Fuck.
she tucks all of the stuff under one arm, and she holds her hand out first to Surnia to shake.
Okay, hi. And Cernia's like,
Promise to abide by the rules of the town.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's not good at handshakes. She just holds her hand out.
Okay, the woman grabs your hand and shakes it. And then she sticks it out to Grimette. "Do you promise to abide by the rules of town and not set anyone on fire unless they try to kill you?"
Wait, lady, you didn't go over the rules of town.
No weapons. That's the rules.
Is that really
Yeah,
it?
that's the rule, not the rules.
Are you gonna nitpick what I said when I'm offering you food and a bed?
Also,
I'm just saying.
Also a bath.
And a bath, yes.
But what if someone just tries to steal from us?
Can we?
Because that is technically legal under your rules.
That's true.
And I
it is
feel like someone
technically-
attempts to steal my bone crutch from me, I will definitely be setting them on fire.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah.
What if someone tries to?
Oh wait, so is stealing legal then?
Stealing is not legal. If anyone tries to
Oh,
steal...
so that's also a rule then. So no stealing and no weapons.
We're gonna get really nitpicky, aren't we? All right, then. I
Well,
see how this is
can
gonna
we-
go.
Stealing.
If anyone does anything to you, come and find me, and I will take care of it.
But what if they do something nice to us?
Yeah.
You
like
don't have-
Like, they
flowers.
give us a back massage.
I don't know. Unsolicited back massages are not fun.
No, but what about solicited ones? Like, he said, like she said, if they do anything to us, if they do something nice to us, like give us back massage for free.
I think two consensual adults giving each other back massages is probably okay.
Perception rolls.
If you're gonna punish us, we're
18.
going to give
16.
you a reason to punish us. 10.
Yeah, you're the one that made me an alcoholic.
I did.
You're gonna do this to us.
John and
Yes.
Volonda, Otus and Grimette both see that the sheriff is getting real sick of your shit. Surnia, you see out of the corner of your eye, you see something. It looks like something rushes past you, but there's nothing. Like when you turn your head to follow, there's nothing there.
What was that?
What was what? No one else has reacted to this at all.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right then. Are you going to attempt to be good guests while in my town?
I'm sorry, but who are you and what is this place called?
What's
I feel like I'm lacking names.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
No, I don't care.
That's a very
Unless your
personal
daddy owes a buri, I do not really mind.
My name's Ursula. I'm the
Ursula.
sheriff around here. And this town here is called Le Guin.
For the plain and simple people at home, how do you spell that? Yeah.
L-E-G-U-I-N.
Yeah. Oh dear.
I'm so happy.
Oh
No,
dear.
I can't. Do you know how few people I meet that actually know who she is?
Oh, I'm very excited about this now.
Ursula, where are you from in the other world? Are you from the Earth Sea?
No, I'm from Neverwinter. So she's still holding her hand out to shake Grimette's.
Grimette, shake her hand.
But if I shake her hand, I'm going to fall over.
I'll hold you up, and
Okay.
and Surnia stands next to Grimette to like lean on.
To prop her up.
I lean on her and then I shake. I reach up. I reach up as high as I can to shake her hand.
She bends over a little bit to shake your hand. And then she holds her hand out to Otus, who I assume is still laying on the ground.
Did you want to swig for my flusk?
No, I want you to promise to be a good neighbor while you're here.
Okay, I drink from the flusk. I'm like, okay, like a good neighbor, Otus is here.
I'll take it. And she shakes your hand and pulls you to your feet. And she's, if you'll follow me, my wife runs the tavern and she's always got food there. So, come on.
What is your wife's name?
Marissa.
Marissa.
That's a nice name.
You're really doing things to mess up my accent today, aren't you?
That's actually the whole thing. I've been planning this. My only note is fuck up Volonda's accent. It's the only note I have.
I
It's
can respect that. Most of
Yeah,
my
so can I. We have caused you so much trouble over the last few weeks. I appreciate that note.
Yeah, same for you. So, do you also have baths? Because I may smell like a rose, but these two smell horrific.
We have baths, we have food, we have as much as you could want to drink.
Like burning
My eyes lit
garbage.
up.
They won't smell like burning garbage soon.
Why are you being so generous to us?
Yeah, that is a very good question.
Like, I'm not saying that I feel like we're being fattened up for some sort of slaughter, but no, that's actually maybe what I'm feeling right now. I say this realizing that I'm in the middle of your town. It's probably too late now, but
No, I could probably kill quite a few of you, honestly. The scimitar don't do very much.
She
Don't
laughed.
really factor in.
She laughs and she's like, "We're not fattening you up. There's no plan to eat you. You're totally safe here. I promise. As long as you don't fuck with any of us, we will leave you alone."
Can I insight that?
Go for it.
Grimette doesn't really fuck with people so much as she fucks them, so I hope that's still okay.
I feel like you're casting aspersions upon my good character, but I don't think you're.
No, I don't. Honestly,
11.
just realized any denial from Surnia, and no, sounds like she's like, I think you just, I think you gotta kiss as many lips as feels right to you.
She's being very honest.
Okay.
She has.
I think we are very safe here. We should just hang out.
What was your roll?
11.
Oh, okay.
Pretty bad.
So she leads you through this town, and let's get perception checks again.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Get ready for a lot of them.
23.
11.
Oh, that's a 21.
All right, Otus, you see.
The bottom of my flusk.
Actually, you go to lift up your flusk, and it's empty for a second. And you're like, wait, what? And then you like, no. And then you look away and you look back, because you look at Grimette like, but my. And then it's full again.
Yes.
You're like, oh, okay. You just kind of like, well, that was odd, but I have been drinking a lot, so whatever.
Magical flusk filling with ale.
And Ursula leads you through town. You pass small gardens of these little houses where everyone is. They're getting ready. It's spring. They're preparing to plant. And she leads you to this big building that's 3 stories tall and leads you through the front door into this large tavern area. Several tables are scattered around the room. There are 3 or 4 people sitting at the bar. There's that spans one side of the room. At the other side is a large hearth with a big painting above it. There are little scattered groups of people laughing and drinking. And she points to one of the tables and she says, "Sit down. My wife will be out in a second to see what you'd like to eat." And she heads back towards the back of the room and up some stairs and vanishes. And a moment later, another woman, this one a human as well, comes out, walks over to you. She's wearing an apron that's covered in various stains and whatnot. And she's like, "Welcome. What would any of you like to eat, drink, whatever you'd like? We have
What do you got on tap?
I believe we have some wine. I believe there's some ale. I think there's some dwarven mead, which is weird.
I'll take them.
All of them?
Just put them in one glass with a really big straw.
That's really nasty.
That's
Otis.
going to be disgusting. But
That is on the same level as spitting on the ground. That's
Otis, you are nasty. That's so nasty. Why are you so nasty?
I gotta try new things.
3
times the alcohol.
okay.
I think we need to talk about how much you drink.
Nah,
Yeah, Otis, it scares me.
The way I
You're
can-
scaring your cousin with how much you're drinking. I think we need to have a conversation about this.
Your songs aren't very good anymore.
Well, you're not very pretty.
Okay, let's not descend into like you're this. How about we start with the I feel like your songs are not as good as they used to be.
I
because you're
feel
unable
like
to concentrate.
when you
Lean
drink.
the other way. You're off your screen.
Oh, am I? Oh, sorry. I will lean this way. I feel like when you drink, your songs sound like someone is strangling a cat.
I
I feel like it is detrimental to our 3 hours in a trench coat situation if you're unable to perform your music and your magic as good as I know that you can.
I feel like I can't perform without it. And if you don't believe me, I'll go sober for an hour.
I feel like you almost broke Grimette today.
I said I should be on top.
Yes, but you would have crushed Grimette and then you broke her. You broke Grimette.
Got a stub leg.
Look at her, she is broken. Grimette be broken.
I look at her and I turn my fire off.
You broke her!
This woman is standing at the table watching this, and she kind of has this concerned look. She's like, "So 3 waters? What are we doing?"
Fine. I won't get one of each. Give me the strongest of the 3.
Okay. Okay. You want to roll deception for that and sleight of hand? Let's see what happens.
What do you want? A sleight of hand or a deception?
Deception from you, and Otus, roll a perception.
Perception?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's not good.
I said strongest.
Give him...
That's a 22.
That's
me shouting, strongest!
Several people at other tables look at you, and they're just like, okay, and after a minute, they go back to what they're doing.
You are so embarrassing.
And you? She asks, looking at Grimette.
Oh, I will also take your strongest.
Okay.
Hey, I don't have a problem with drinking.
And any food, anything at all.
Do you have any macaroni and cheese?
If you could tell me what that is, I'm sure I could make it.
I think I'm just going to go outside and kill myself instead.
I don't think perhaps we should do that, but perhaps maybe some meats and cheese. That would probably be a very good start, and maybe some bread.
Charcuterie would be
okay. Some meats, some cheese, bread. Okay, the basic
pickle?
Staple. Okay.
Any pickles? Pickles?
We do have pickles. We have several types of pickles.
If you could make us a plowman's lunch, that would be excellent.
You know what? Three plowman's lunch. That's what we'll do here. All right. And then she heads off back behind the counter and into the kitchen. Give me perception checks one more time.
One more time.
Guys.
11.
I'm drinking my flusk. I'm either like nailing these perceptions or way failing them.
Oh, yeah.
Surnia?
12.
Ooh, all right. So you're all sitting there and you're looking around this large room, and there are wooden pillars holding up the roof. There are, several tables and people, and the floor is this polished wood. And it doesn't look polished like it's meant to be polished. It's polished by people walking on it constantly. And the walls are wood, and you're kind of just like looking around like, okay, old guy at the bar, old guy at the bar, old guy at the bar. Wow, okay. And then your eyes go across the painting, and it's a man. And he's like standing in like the classic saint pose with his arms like extended and down and his head facing up, and there's sunlight beaming down over him and these rays crossing him from top to the bottom of the painting. And then you just keep looking. You're like, okay, all right. And then you're like, what was that? Because something moved behind the bar.
Did you see that?
All of you see it.
Yes.
You saw that, right?
I saw something moving a bit like that when I arrived here too.
That is very strange. Can Surnia do like a perception check to see if there's any like mouse holes?
Of course you can. And the rest of you, well, the other two of you, please roll a wisdom saving throw.
That is a 12. Do I need to also roll a wisdom saving throw?
You do, but you do see a mouse hole.
It's something funky magic-like, cause
19.
no.
Okay, what?
Oh
you
my
don't have to roll for
god!
magic. Cool, it's not magic. Go ahead and roll a wisdom saving throw.
9.
Okay. And Otus?
19.
Okay. Sarnia?
Oh, that's another 12.
Beautiful. You all feel fine. It's okay. Don't worry about it. And yes, there is a mouse hole over in one corner.
Surnia is going to say, I feel like I do not want to be around you right now, Otus. And she's going to walk over to the mouse hole and just transform herself and walk in.
Okay. This actually doesn't draw too much attention from anybody. they've all seen various skills and whatnot appear throughout the time they've been here. They're just like, okay, well, that's a little weird, but I'm aware that people can do that.
Have our drinks arrived?
Marissa comes back out with your drinks and a tray of bread, and she's like, the rest will be out in a moment.
Okay. I down my drink, and then I go over to the mouse hole, and I put the open end of the cup against it.
Wow. Just wow. Okay.
Because drunk Otis thinks that's hilarious.
Trapping your cousin?
Yeah, just like the old days.
I don't think she'll be very happy with you.
Nah, that'll be fine. That way we know when she's ready to come out.
She'll be very, very annoyed.
No, it's to prevent any cats from going in there after her.
I look at the mouse hole. I look back at him like, unless the cat is the size of mouse, don't think it is a problem.
No, like they come out and they swat in and it'll be fine.
Okay. Perhaps we can just trust that she is smart enough to kill cat?
Not if she's stuck inside the thing. The walls aren't very big. She can't shift out. And if the cat kills her on the inside, she'll get stuck in the wall. But then when she comes out, she'll be in the glass and we'll know it's time to get out. We can make sure she doesn't get killed.
You just want to trap her inside a glass, don't you?
No!
I think that is a lie.
No!
Perhaps we should just sit by the hole and wait for her.
Deception is at 18.
Wow, I love. Okay, insight that.
6.
Yeah, you think he's being so helpful.
Well, I understand. We'll wait for her by glass.
Okay, so you go and you move tables closer to the mouse hole, and Ursula comes back down and stomps over and sits down at your table. And she's like, "Where did the other one of you go?"
She's in the wall.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask more about that. So, what brings you here?
We are trying to find a way out of Barovia.
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, you did mention that.
I did. I think I explained it. I think I said the words. We are trying to find a way out of Barovia, and then we found your strange little town, which is covered in sunlight. And we were like, "Why is all the sunlight here?" And then you circumnavigated the questions. So.
That rings a bell. So there's a lot on my mind. Sorry about that. Well,
anything we can help with?
I mean, not really. It's just.
Are you sure? We are very good at solving problems. I mean, we're willing to give arm and leg for it. And I indicate my arm and my leg.
She lets out a little chuckle, and she's like, "Well, it's not the sort of problem that you seem. You call yourself 3 Owls in a trench coat, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
You're entertainers of a sort.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, we've heard the same stories from everyone in this town hundreds of times. I'd pay you money just to tell us something new. We have a festival tomorrow, and if you have a storytelling time at the end, one of you, or all of you put on a show or something, I'd be willing to pay for it. Can't get you out of Barovia, but some money, you can do something with it.
I can buy booze.
You could buy
Perhaps trade goods would be better than straight money. We can come to an arrangement about certain things that we need.
I mean, I'd be willing to give trade goods. It's all the same to me.
But we can also get money to buy the trade goods.
No, see, we would just be exchanging coins for goods, which is what we want. Let's cut out the middleman. We do not need all this money. I think she would agree with me. I feel like she would agree with me.
Nah, I think I know my cousin better. She would want the coins.
No, I don't think that is true.
Because then she could buy bird food.
For
the
she
owls.
could just get bird food.
Right,
We'll discuss it between us, but yes, that's a festival. A chance to perform would be. We haven't had a chance to perform for months.
All right.
We are in.
That would be very helpful. It would give everyone something to look forward to. Because let me tell you, I'm tired of hearing Zach's stories. Man,
who's Zach?
He's a fucking bard. He's.
Oh, I got rejected from the College of Fucking. Yeah, I was. I ended up getting into lore. That was my safety school.
Yeah. No, he's a bard, and he tells a lot of stories, and they're all very good. But About the 30th time you've heard about how he single-handedly slew a blue dragon, you don't really give a fuck anymore. Not to mention him. We're all pretty sure he's lying.
Yes, that sounds a lot like, much like lying and bullshit to me.
Yeah, doesn't it? He claims that he had a magic sword, but he doesn't know what happened to it now.
A magic sword, eh?
He says he had a magic sword. He also said this was 30 years ago, and he's definitely older than that.
How long have you been here?
Oh, I've been here... This will be my 4th decade.
Wow.
Just in Barovia.
You look good for a decade.
Thanks. It's
welcome.
It's the sun. Let's just go with that.
You saw the sun. It wrinkled your skin. You saw the sun.
I swear he is much better when we are performing. I promise.
I'm warming up.
Yes.
And I take another swig.
I mean, even if you are just a cart wreck, it's gonna be
Oh, cool. The bar's real low.
something new for everyone here. So I think we'll be okay with it. So your friend suggested you might want baths. I will make sure that gets set up. I'll also make sure you all get rooms. A room. I don't know how you might want to divide that up.
Well, if there is enough for 3 rooms, we will take 3 rooms. But we are only little people, as you can see. So if we have to have a single room, we will make it work.
All right, I'll see what I can do. I don't see why there wouldn't be more than 3 rooms. Most people have their own house. Some people just stay in the tavern. I mean, no point in having your own house if you don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
And then about that time, an elven woman rushes into the tavern, and she's like, "Ursula, you need to help me. Tommy's gone missing." And Ursula looks up. She's like, "Oh my god. Ugh. What is it, Aya?" It's an elf. Same name, not the same person. And she's like, "I told you Tommy's gone missing." She's like, Ursula's like, "Yeah, he's gone missing every week for 3 weeks. He's probably just out in the woods. He's fine." She's like, "No, I told him not to go to the woods, and I gave him chores, and none of the chores are done, and he's gone." And Ursula's like, I've got a lot to do setting up the festival. I don't know what you want me to do, Aya.
Perhaps we can help. Although why the
that.
sheriff isn't actually involved in a crime and instead setting... Perhaps we can help.
Are you suggesting there is a crime to solve?
I'm suggesting that if someone is reporting somebody missing, that maybe the sheriff should investigate that rather than setting up some festival. But we have time.
She's reporting him missing, but she reported him missing last week, and the week before that, and every week before that, and he's in the forest by...
Was it always the same day that your son goes missing?
It's a different day. He runs off. Don't listen
How
to
old
him.
is your
Last time somebody RUNDOFF, she turned into a vampire, so...
Oh yes, that is true. Yes, we will take this case for you.
And the elf woman was like, "A vampire? You think he's a vampire?"
It is. It would correlate with things that we know.
Either that or a werewolf.
What?
It could very easily. I've dealt with werewolves before. They are shitty things.
Yeah. And at this point, I'll do like the secret Reedfellow knock to let Surnia know, like, "Hey, you should probably come out your hole." And I go, "Ski beep bop 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 bop."
Do you move the glass?
Nope.
No.
Surnia, do you go out of the hole?
Well, Surnia went in there actually with a purpose. She wants to find mice and ask them questions
all
about
right.
this town.
Let's go. We'll dive into the mouse hole and speak to Surnia. Surnia, as a mouse, you go into this hole and you sniff around and start following the scents, looking for the mice. And you come across a few of them just sitting in the wall.
Hello,
Oh, hello.
my name is Surnia. I'm new.
You're new. Where did you come from? My name is Notch. And
Hello, Notch. Well, that is a very long story. We are not from Barovia originally, and then we got trapped here, and we're looking for a way out. And then we went over the mountain pass and into this valley, and they have sunlight here, which is not fair. There's not a lot of that in Barovia.
What else would there be?
Oh, have you only ever been in this village?
I was born here, and so was my mom and my father and everyone before them.
Yeah, I was not, and other places is not like this.
Oh, that's a shame. Sun is so nice.
Sun is very nice. I used to have very nice tan skin, but I don't anymore. Oh, I'm not actually a mouse. I'm a people.
That would explain. I didn't think mice had skin that could tan.
I don't know. I've never thought about it. I guess your little tails could maybe tan if you sit out there too long. They burn every now and then. You sit out. I guess you wouldn't want to sit out in the sun because I guess an owl might get you.
An owl or a cat? There are many things out there that would, love to eat a mouse.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question about this town? Do you know anything about it?
It's big.
It is very. If you're very small, it is very big.
There are a lot of people in it, and I don't think they like us very much.
Yeah, I found that. I don't know why. You don't really eat that much their food, and as long as you don't chew on the books, they're usually quite congenial. Can I ask you something?
Oh, of course.
I keep seeing this thing. It goes darting around real fast. Do you know what that is?
The mouse looks at the other mice, shakes its head. I have not seen anything like that.
Is there any place in town the mice were afraid to go?
The big field.
The big field. Any of the buildings?
No.
Okay. So mostly it's a safe town. Unless they have cats.
They have a few cats, and we only avoid the field because there's nowhere to hide there.
So there's nothing that scares you?
Well,
aside from the cats in the field?
No, that's pretty much it. It's the only things that bother us.
You never have mouse go missing, not know what happened to it?
No.
Okay. You have it real good. Last mice I met in this other town, they were crowning a king. He had to take care of a lot of things.
They had a war council?
They had to have a war council. There was not enough food. It got real bad. The sunlight is a nice thing.
Oh, that is... We're glad we don't have a war council. It's so hard to get rid of them when they decide to be in charge.
Yeah, it was just a real, and they said, no, it'll be okay. We got a good one. We did it. We got a good one. I said, he is not, but he was real slick. He was so slick, and took him all winter and a lot of infighting to get rid of him.
Oh, that is a terrible shame.
It really is. It was so nice meeting you all, and it is nice to know from your mouths that we are in a nice, safe place. Now, I'll put in a good word for you. Just, stay away from books. I know the glue tastes real good.
Well, thank you. If you need anything else, we'll be here.
I'll see what I can do. We ordered some real good food. I may shove a few pieces of cheese back in this hole if you want some.
The mice start, they are bouncing around and squeaking very happily.
Well, it was so nice meeting you. I'll try to stop back by and see we can have some tea sometime. Oh no, mice should not have caffeine, tiny hearts. Decaffeinated tea. And thank you once again. It's real nice meeting y'all. I'm gonna head out now. And Surnia just turns and goes, and she goes all the way back down, and she gets the glass.
Do you go into the glass?
And she and so Surnia is going to start moving into the glass, and as soon as she is mostly out of the hole, she's going to begin transforming into herself again so that the glass breaks as she is transforming.
Okay, then. All right. I say you succeed in that. Just roll me a D100 and do highs or lows on. You tell me highs or lows and then roll. I have to trust you on this one.
Lows. That's a 45.
Did she roll after she said it?
It was after she said lows, and she rolled a 45.
Okay, I just had to double check because the paranoia.
No,
you break through the glass and you're fine. However, Ursula's like, did you need to break it?
You do not know my cousin yet.
I didn't put that there.
Otus, we are going to have words later. I feel like we are going to have some words, and you are going to pay this lady for the glass that you broke.
Nah, you broke it.
And as she is saying that, she is grabbing cheese and bread and just like bending over and shoving it into the mouse hole.
There you go.
The mice here say these people real nice, and you are causing all kinds of problems already.
No, it's fine.
Marissa has come out from behind the counter and she's picking up the broken pieces of.
Don't worry yourself about that. I run over. I put my little hand on the glass and I cast mending.
Oh, she's holding a full glass after a moment. And she's like, "Well, thank you.
You're welcome. I did not want to see you cut your hands because that would just be silly when I can do something silly like mend it.
Well, thank you. That I appreciate that. Well, if you are gonna go look for Tommy, I'll make sure you have food and baths when you get back.
Wait, not food now? Why are we not? Who is Tommy? Who is
He's
Tommy? Why am I not eating food now?
Because there is a little boy who appears to be missing.
Yeah, remember having the last time somebody went missing, they became a vampire.
Yes, or he could be becoming a werewolf, which would be...
Every time you say that, in the background, Aya is freaking out, and Ursula's like, Aya, just calm down, like kind of like pushing her into a seat. Like, you just need to take a breath. There's no vampire werewolf around. Tommy's fine. He's just probably in the woods.
If he is a vampire, he is already a vampire, and we could just eat our meal and then find him.
Yes, but what if he is not yet a vampire, or not yet a werewolf? Perhaps he's not yet dead. We could save him, but if we sit down and have a meal, we could be 5 minutes too late. Oh, damn it, if we hadn't eaten that bread and milk. We could have saved a boy's life. It is a child. I mean, granted, the child is probably taller than the three of us can.
That's true.
But we're performers. We will perform this feat of solving a crime, of saving lives. It is what we do, after all.
Surnia shoves like as much bread and cheese and meat as she can fit into her mouth. She says, "Okay, let's go."
I can toast that for you, and then you'd have melted cheese.
I'm okay. And she's just gonna grab a whole bunch of food and put it on a napkin and
carry it with her.
Just carry it with her.
I love that. Oh, Surnia.
She's a halfling. Food is a priority.
Food's so important. I love it.
She needs to get. She hasn't eaten in a while, and she's trying to get fat again. So
Oh, right. We should probably get some food. I'm going to take a big chunk of bread. I'm just going to dip it in the wine and like soak it up so I got some wine to go.
Okay, so we need to know about your son, where he disappeared last, where you saw them last, and how often this disappearing has happened.
Aya is distraught as she tells you how he was supposed to hang out the laundry. He was at my house and he was supposed to hang out the laundry, and then I went to go check on him and he was just gone, and the laundry was just in the basket, still wet. And Ursula interrupts. He's like, he's probably in the North Wood by the glade. He's probably fine. He's there frequently.
So you want us to hang the laundry?
no.
And Aya's like, the laundry? I don't care about the laundry. I need Tommy needs to be found. Where's Tommy?
If you take us to where the laundry is, we will track your son. It is what we will do.
She leaps up and she's out the door in a shot. Like, she's just gone.
You'll have to slow down. I literally have a clutch.
We are very small and have only 20
Yeah, we got short legs.
feet of movement.
I have a little leg. You have to slow down.
Right,
And Surnia is like shoving food in her pockets as
she is racing ahead and then stopping and waiting and like very urgently bouncing like, come on. And she leads you across town, across the village green, which is this big open field with a well in the center of it. And
if I move any faster, I will vomit up all this food, and what a fucking waste that would be.
Well, if I move any faster, then I'm probably going to break my leg. You're going to have to slow down, lady.
She eventually does slow down when she gets to one of the houses on the north side of town, where there is a line stretched between two posts and a basket of laundry sitting there in the sun.
Surnia believes she is the wisest person, the smartest and wisest person she knows, so she like shoves the last of this handful of food in her mouth, and she goes, "Is this the scene of the crime?"
You know, it's funny that you said you think you're the wisest because roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh man. Okay, it's still on D100. That helps no one.
Well.
All right, wisdom save. Wait, am I proficient in wisdom saving throws?
You should be.
I am proficient in wisdom saving throws. I've been adding the wrong bonus this whole time.
Oh, boo-boo.
That's beautiful.
And I just dropped the mouse on the floor. This is all going very well.
Well, the mouse was already on the floor.
It's where mice belong.
Recovered it.
Yay.
Yay.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Yeah, done. That's a 24.
You notice the laundry has a fresh scent. Smells like some sort of wildflower. But
I see.
you feel perfectly fine, and I was like, this is where he was supposed to be, and he's not here, as you can see. The laundry should be hung up, and he should be here, but he's not here.
Yes, he should. And I deduce that you use wildflower soap.
What does that have to do with anything? Otus, roll a perception check.
Love to. 16.
All right, yeah. Everything's fine.
Yep, flusk.
What does the wildflower soap have to do with anything? You seem to be not focusing on the thing. My child is missing.
We can follow the scent of the wildflower soap. Did he help you do the laundry? Do you think he touched the laundry? Does he wear clothes that have been washed in the wildflower soap?
Of course he wears clothes that have been washed in the wildflower soap. It's my wildflower soap.
Well, then I will follow the scent of his clothing. And she turns into a bloodhound.
Oh, I love it. So, roll perception to follow the scent.
Okay.
You can roll with advantage.
Okay. 18.
Yeah, you follow the scent. You start tracking off across the ground towards the woods. And as you eventually leave the sunlight and walk into the dimmer light of Barovia at large, and then into the darkness of the forest itself. Perception checks.
Oh, that's not so good.
19.
21.
13.
You two are fine. Surnia, as you're sniffing, you don't lose the trail or anything, but as you're sniffing along and looking up, you see it looks like something reaches down from one of the trees.
Thank you, cat.
Oh, no!
Oh, wow. That is on character, honestly. That's pretty accurate.
Oh.
That cat knew your character was treating my druid like shit.
It was just like, nope, none of
That
that.
cat's like, that cat went.
He's like, oh, hey, Dad, let me fuck up your shit. Let me cry for attention and then fuck up your shit.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna roll while you fix this. You start seeing something reach down from one of the trees, and when you look, it's
Ta-da!
gone.
Look, I have a perfectly great studio. That's not a closet.
Hey, look at that. Nothing weird happened. It's fine. And you see what you think are a pair of red eyes in a tree, and you think you see something move between one of the trees. But every time you turn to get a better look, there's just nothing there. And you travel through the woods for, say, 40 minutes before you come across this glade, and there's a still pond in the middle of the woods. And sure enough, there is someone sitting at it. It's a young elf who's probably in his 30s. Like,
Hey, are you Tommy?
and he looks up. Yes, I'm Tommy. What do you want?
Your mother wants you back at home.
She always wants me at home.
Of course she does. What are you doing out here?
Wait, Tommy. You're Tommy, right?
Yes, I'm Tommy. And he looks like a full-grown elf. But, I mean, elves is different. He's in his 30s.
Why are you 30 and living at home with your mom?
Hey.
And he gives you a weird look, like, you know about elves, right?
No.
Okay, well, I'm not considered an adult for another several decades, at least.
Okay, then your mother has every right to ask you to come home.
Yes, but I'm not in any danger here.
You are out of the sunlight, yes?
Yes, but...
You notice how there is no sunlight here?
Of course there's no
You know how that is exceptionally bad for your complexion to never have sunlight? I mean, look at you. Sitting around the glade like a sad sack. What are you doing here?
I'm just coming to get away from everyone. You know, sometimes I just need to be alone with my thoughts.
Yes,
I get that. Do you want a drink?
I would love a drink. And he takes the flask.
The flusk.
No, wait, do you have the flusk or do you give him the bread soaked in wine?
No, he gets the flusk. The bread soaked in wine is gone.
Okay.
I devoured that.
So he takes a drink from your flusk and immediately just like...
See, you are not quite old enough to withstand alcohol. You're not perhaps old enough to be sneaking off out of the sunlight.
So he coughs like that, and I take it back, and I just... Nothing.
There are other places within the town you could go to be alone.
Like where?
Your bedroom, perhaps. Like most normal teenage boys.
Our house is very small and there's no bedroom. There are a bed and a curtain.
Right?
That's not a room. That's a bed with a curtain around it.
Perhaps you could build a wall. I mean, there's nothing else to do here. Perhaps you could be alone with your thoughts by building yourself a little house. An extension. It would add market value to your mother's house. She would not object, and then you get to have your own place. See, be productive. Don't come out here and sit on your own like a person sitting on their own.
Like a person sitting on there. Roll. Persuade this teenage elf.
Sure. 14.
I think I'd rather just sit in the woods where it's...
That is the problem with teenagers these days. You're very lazy. Be productive.
Surnia is gonna transform back.
Oh, you're a forest thing, are you?
She's a druid, not a thing.
I am a druid. And I did more in the past 10 minutes than you've probably done in the past 2 years.
Is it a competition?
You are such a unlike elves. Lucky elves. Look, your mother is worried about her, so I'm going to tell you something. Your mother's worried. She's worried you're going to go off, get yourself killed. And you know, it's good almost, because she spends her time worrying about you getting killed when she really could be worrying about what a sad sack of shit you are.
She just wants me to do chores.
Yes. Your mother feeds you and puts the clothes on your back.
Which smell incredible, by the way.
And apparently you think that it is audacity for her to ask you to wash them. Shit, you don't even wash them, do you? You just put them on the line.
And she's not your slave. She's not here to pick up all of your stuff around you and make your life easier. No, you're supposed to help her the way she helps you. She's not asking for very much. I feel like
and you know what? You know what? You know where we come from? We have to then wander around this place where the sun don't shine. Barovia is literally someone's asshole. And you happen to live in the ass crack where there is some sunlight.
Okay, roll. First of all, inspiration for you. Second of all, either of you roll persuasion with advantage on that one.
I'm not done yelling at him, actually.
Oh, you're not done? Okay, please continue then. And then when you're done, roll persuasion with advantage.
And I understand, I don't know when you were born here, and I imagine you were, because you just think your life is so hard. Oh, boo-hoo, look at me. Look at Grimette, she has a nose.
As this happens, I'm just gonna lean more heavily on the crutch, and I will make tears of fire roll down my face and have big open eyes.
She has a nubbin, and one of her legs is on perma-broke.
You think you might have
You're out here in the glade I have to use a clothespin. What the hell is wrong with you? Don't you have a girl or a boy to chase? Do you not literally have, you're what? You're a preteen? Shouldn't you be dealing with all kinds of hormones and other horrible ways? My God, build an erector set, build that wall.
So I gotta put my non-hand arm onto her shoulder.
I just love that there's an image in my head of this just whiny teenage elf sitting at the edge of this pool of water, and you two flanking him he can't get away, basically.
Yeah.
Yelling at him, and Otus is in the background just oh, this is
just drinking.
You see what I have to deal with every day?
so much.
This is a lot of her anger. This is her anger. This is weeks of anger at Otus. And
Yep.
she is you have someone who loves you, who literally goes running to the sheriff every single time you are not within her eyesight. Do you know how rare that is? Some of our loved ones are content to drink themselves to death.
What? No, fine.
I'm gonna go give her a hug. I'm just I'm gonna turn my
Otus
fire
doesn't pick up
off
on
just
any
long
of
enough to give her a hug.
Oh no, Otus is definitely.
The next time your mother sends me to come get your sorry ass from this glade, I will turn into a bear and bite it off.
Okay, are you done yelling at him now?
I think so. I think that was really cathartic.
That was so good. Oh, you reacted exactly as I'd hoped you react to that. Oh. Persuasion with advantage.
Well, that's a 12, and honestly, I think that's about what it. She sounds like a wah. She sounds like the adult in
Charlie Brown.
I hope Grimette rolled bread. She sounds like the adult in Charlie Brown, and this really isn't for him or his mom. This is for her.
I rolled 2 11s.
Oh, great! So we've got a 12. We've got a 12 as our best roll.
He's just you don't come over here and lecture me how to live.
Okay, that is it. I'm gonna grab him by the ear.
Yeah.
And I will drag his freaking elven teenage ass home. And if he dare kicks up a fuss, I'm gonna set him on fire.
Wow. Okay. You make an attack roll with advantage. I really don't think he's expecting you to grab his ear.
So what kind of roll would this be?
Just a melee attack with advantage.
Okay. So
I'll let you add dex if you want.
That's making a difference. Both 0.
Okay. I'm not gonna say it's hard. He's not wearing armor. He's not expecting.
Oh shit.
If you can beat a 10, you're good.
Oh, I do with a natural 20.
Okay, yeah.
Hey.
You grab his ear and he's like, oh no, and he's crab walking as you're scooting,
Pulling him
backwards.
down to my whole. I don't even lift my hand that high. I lift it down so it's by my ear, so I'm not leaning. And I'm using the other thing to stubble along. You do not understand how difficult this is for me, and I'm going to drag your ass home. If you did not listen to a word she said, then I'm just going to keep setting you on fire. See these ears? These ears I had. If you don't use them to hearing, I will just burn them off because they are completely useless.
I do like the idea of cutting his ears off.
Are you
No,
threatening?
Man, you guys are really. Like, so you guys, would you guys say that you're all within we're all within 20 feet of each other?
Oh, definitely. You're just
All right,
standing.
cool. Yeah, you guys are really harshing my vibe right now. You're really bringing me down. Calm emotions.
You have to. What is that?
Is it wisdom?
No. Everybody, give me a charisma save.
It's magic, so I get advantage, right? Because I'm a gnome.
I mean, it's technically magic.
Yes.
That's a 19.
He got a natural 20. So
17.
All right, well, let's see if I can pass my own save.
I want you to fail just because I think it'd be really
Oh,
funny
me
for
too.
you to just mellow
Oh,
out.
wait,
You're like,
you can choose to fail. I'm choosing to fail. Man, you guys you're all violent. I don't like this, man. I'm just gonna chill out here.
I'm not violent. I'm just fed up with the children being useless. Come on.
I'm gonna say Otus just like slumps down. He's like, "Yeah, no, it's fine." And like leans against a tree with his flask.
Floof.
Yeah.
You should make sure that he doesn't stay behind. We're not having like two losers like this. Let's not be dealing with this anymore.
Yeah, I think Surnia is gonna transform into a bear and just pick him up and find.
I imagine she like picks me up by the scruff of the neck like a mother bear.
Yeah, she
So
makes it
what
hurt
we're
a little
It's
for
just
good
a
measure.
giant bear carrying this drunken halfling bard
Like trying
and
like
this
upside down
2.5
trying to drink and it's like
foot
not working.
cracking a teenage
I can't go
elf.
the opposite way of gravity. Just no. Put it out. I want to drink.
This comical farce is how we re-enter the village.
Oh yes, definitely. And Aya is waiting for you. And she's like, Tommy, what are you doing to him?"
Well, let's put it like this. Your son refuses to listen, and the next time he doesn't listen to you, I'm just going to burn his ears off because they're completely useless to him.
Don't burn his ears off. That's terrible.
Well, then perhaps he should pay attention to you.
Surnia transforms back and just like drops Otus on the ground. And she says, "Your son, ma'am, let me say this gently. Your son is worthless. And I would recommend, this is the solution I see here, the only one. Get a new one."
I can't just get a new one.
Yes, actually you can. I think it works the same for elves and halflings. When you don't even, it's the part they tell you two people love each other. You don't have to love the person. You don't even have to like them very much.
Ma'am, do you
And
have a
it's such
problem
a
with my drinking?
And
I don't
it's
even know who you are.
But do you think
What?
this is the problem?
I don't.
Yes,
No.
the answer is
I'll
yes.
call you mama if you say no. I'll be your kid.
Yeah, actually, that would solve a lot of problems for me, honestly, at this point. No, I'm just saying, there's some men in this town. I've only seen the old ones, but I assume they're a young one. Go get yourself repregnated and just call this first one a wash.
Honestly,
it is
a charm.
I don't necessarily think that replacing your son is the best bet, but for sure you need to put down some ground rules. He's just being a rebellious teen.
Enforce them. Take away his... Ma'am, I think you should take away his curtain. He'll never be able to fap again.
What? Also, I was expecting Surnia to be like, "I think it works the same for elves and halflings. You just put a watermelon under a bush or some crazy shit."
No, I do believe last time we were here, Surnia explained birth to someone.
I think you did, but I was expecting you to say something ridiculous. Tommy pulls his head away and like fights away from me. He's like, "Get off me, mother! They're so grubby." And he's,
Oh, I'm grubby. Call me grubby. I'd go take a shit in your bed.
I think this
It will
may
be
be
the
the
most
behavior that
beautiful
he may
shit
be,
ever.
may be talking about.
Surnia starts walking inside the house. He is literally...
"Oh, no, mother, stop her!"
Do you see
I
why
swear to God, if you listen to him, you are not laying down the rules. Be a better mother than this. You could do it. put down the rules, tell him to go in there and deal with it himself. Like a grown adult he thinks he is.
You want to persuade her?
Yes, I do.
Surnia, what do you want to do? Do you want to shit in his bed?
25.
Yes. Surnia wants to turn. What animal leaves the biggest turd?
Probably the bear that you were just.
Yeah, Surnia is gonna go in his room and turn back into a.
Please take down the curtain.
A cow. I think a cow would leave a really, like, if you think about it, the cow pies. The cow pies are dope because bear turds are going to be solid, right? Because they eat a lot of protein. But cows eat a lot of grass, and that's just mostly grass water, brown grass water, and that's.
Okay, so this spectacle has continued with Grimette convincing her to lay down the law, and she tells Tommy to go take care of his own things like an adult, or she will take away his curtain. He runs inside to find Surnia in the form of a cow, taking a shit on his bed.
Also eating the curtain.
Also eating the curtain. And he, oh no, you get out of here, you leave. And he like kind of like shoves at you like, oh, go away.
Let me see if I can do this. That's not a good name. I don't know. I'm not a good filler. My dad's good at it. He used to, every time we drove past cows as a kid, he'd moo like a cow.
Well, it's not like your dad's in the next room. You can have him come do it.
He's probably asleep.
All right, it's like 11 o'clock over there.
That would be a weird thing to ask him to do. Wake him up for.
Dad, I need you to moo
Dad,
on camera.
come here.
Me.
Come here and move for me.
Dad, can you do me a favor? You may have spent all day looking at wedding venues with me, but would you also please get up out of bed and come into the room and moo like a cow for everyone on stream? He would if he wasn't. Oh, he'd do it if he's awake.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop this scene. Eventually it's all worked out to some degree or other. The woman is now yelling at Tommy to deal with his own shit and the cow shit that's on the bed. And you three are walking back to the tavern?
Triumphantly.
I know, I am.
Okay, you all
This
go
is
back.
gonna refill itself, or is it?
Roll perception.
No.
No, it's not refilling itself.
Oh.
So you all go back to the tavern where you're greeted by Marissa and Ursula. Ursula's like, "You find him?"
We did.
I understand why you wanted to leave him in the woods.
He's really annoying, isn't he?
I think we might have dealt with the problem. Just
Yes.
grabbed him by the ear and threatened to set him on fire, and then tell his mother to,
What did I say about setting people on fire?
Did I set him on fire? Did I set him on fire?
No, she
We
threatened,
threatened
though.
him.
She threatened to burn his ears off, and honestly, don't tell me you hadn't thought about it.
I've definitely thought about it.
And I did do this threat outside of the village.
You know what? I'll be fair. I don't actually want to know what you did to him. I just don't want to deal with him anymore.
Good,
He's
'cause,
really
it's not
irritating.
fun.
His mother is also probably just going to give up on him and have a different child.
I don't know how to respond to that one.
Perhaps you can respond by giving us
Honestly,
food.
parents do it all the time. They say they love both children equally. It is a lie.
Marissa is like, she shares a glance with Ursula, and she's like, "Well, I've made food for you," and she like motions to this table where there's 3 plates of very hot steaming food and several more drinks. And give me perception checks again.
11.
That's a set. Wait, no, that's a 4. On that note, she's not
That's
perceiving
10.
because she has to pee. Be right back.
Okay. What'd you get, Otis?
10.
All right. You see the same scene, wooden tavern room with several groups of people. Sorry. Several groups of people, 3 old men at the bar, painting in the corner, or painting on the wall with a guy with his mouth sewn shut. You see 3 other guys talking animatedly in the corner.
Whoa!
One of them drops a glass and it breaks. And you see some food.
You tried to slip that in, dude, with his mouth sewn shut, didn't you? I use your mouth sewn shut, and you know that.
Yeah, I see some food. I'm going for the food.
Cool. Do you want to look back at the painting, Grimette?
No.
Yeah, I do.
All right, look back at the painting. Give me another perception check.
9.
You look back at it suddenly, like, and it's the painting it was before. A man standing there with his hands spread and the sunlight coming down.
Excuse me, Ursula.
Yes?
I have what may seem like a very ridiculous question, but why does everything not quite seem as it is on occasion?
How so?
Well, let me put it like this. When I turned up, I thought I saw something, and then I thought I saw something earlier, and I'm looking in the barn, and I thought I saw the painting had a dude with a mouth sewn closed, which is very concerning. I wouldn't normally worry about it, but I'm not actually drunk.
You know, it might just be the fact that there's a lot of magic interacting here. There's Barovia and all of its weirdness, and then our big circle of safety.
Yeah, you might need to explain that.
The big circle of safety?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know too much about it. It was established pretty much before I got here, but more or less, we always have sunlight. We have food. We have water.
All right, so who is responsible for this? Who would know? What is responsible for this? How does it keep going? Because magic generally has to have some sort of source.
Ooh, I don't know. There might be something in the mayor's private library.
Oh, excellent. Then take me there.
It's, I think you missed the word private library.
I don't think I did.
I think you did. I said the mayor's private library.
I didn't miss the fact that you said private, no.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you meant private's like erotic library.
No.
Oh, that's a totally different library, and I still want to see that.
Honestly,
I have
the
a new husband. I have
Venn
to make sure.
I figured that's why you wanted to see it, because I thought it was his private's library. I thought that's why you wanted to go.
Surnia, what did you just... I just saw hand motions. So there was some diagrams and stuff.
The Venn diagram of a private library and a private library are a circle.
Okay. I knew I saw a diagram being drawn in the air. Ursula's like, cocks her head and she's like, I cannot take you to a private library without the permission of the mayor, and the mayor is not here.
Where is the mayor?
The mayor is doing mayoral things, as they tend
Okay.
to do.
Take us to them.
Now, can we go say, what are we looking for at this library house?
Well, the thing, okay, now that you're back and no longer eating all the food that is on the table, I saw something very weird with the painting, which looked like a man's face sewn shut, and I've had enough of this. I see things out of the corner of my eye crap, so I was like, how the fuck does this work?
The corner of my eye.
Exactly, and we have been through quite enough. I do not want to go through any more, so I thought, well, let's try and figure out what the hell this circle of safety crap is going on, because you're saying that the circle of safety is perhaps might be interesting with
safe as they think it is.
Yeah, that is what I am thinking. They said most of the time they have sunlight here, and you know that's interacting with the Barovian magic may be causing weird things. So let's find out what this is all about. And said maybe the answer is in the private library. So
what is the things that happen when you don't have sunlight?
Barovia?
Do you mean night?
Well,
yeah.
I get you guys have night here. You get night.
Yes,
you get nighttime.
The sun does go down.
Oh, that's good to know,
Which,
because I thought this was going to be a weird Alaska-like thing with giant vegetables the size of Otis.
No, and actually she kind of gives you a weird look, because as you were walking back, the sun was taking on that sunset quality. You obviously couldn't see a sunset, but it was taking on that evening light color.
Okay, so yes, you should take us to the library, or take us to the mayor so they can take us to the library.
Also, did you say that there was a man with his face sewn shut?
Yeah,
No.
see that picture on the wall there? It looked like his face was sewn shut, and then when I look back again, it was fine.
Surnia, when you look at it, roll perception.
Okay. Surnia was going to also try to investigate it. That's a 16. for perception.
It looks like the exact same it did when you came in here. It's a man, his arms spread, sunlight shining down on him.
Cerny is going to get a little closer and try to investigate.
Okay.
Oh, nope, that's a 7.
Oh, you don't notice anything weird. Otus, have you decided to eat? What are you doing? You're eating, right?
I'm eating.
Okay.
I'm a halfling. I'm drunk. I need to soak up some of this alcohol so I can replenish it.
Ursula's like, why don't you eat, and I will go get the mare. Bring them back. You clearly haven't eaten all day.
Oh,
True, we had to go take care of someone else's child.
Fine, we will wait here for you, but if you do not come back, then we'll be very annoyed.
Okay. She stands up and walks out. Marissa goes back behind the counter, starting work, and are you all eating now?
I eat my rations. I don't trust this place.
You eat your rations, you don't trust this place.
I do. This food is delicious.
Surnia eats because she's a halfling and all food is good food. And she says, do you think perhaps that this circle of safety maintained by someone there?
I don't trust it.
I don't either. I mean, I think something bad happened. Like, stuff you need, Matt, you know how magic works. You got to do something, pay for something.
That is exactly what I am thinking.
I think well, though, here's the thing, and I'm not trying to be macabre, but I don't think they're gonna do it to us because that Tommy kid, he's just a little piece of shit. So I'm pretty sure he's next on the chopping block. If I'm honest, maybe that's why they're keeping him around.
Yeah, or perhaps they would take us out first because they're like, well, he's one of our own. We keep idiot family around, but just because they are family. And I look over at Otus and look back at her.
Roll another perception. One more.
Before
we go into the next part.
11.
15.
Okay.
17.
Ooh, nice. Otus, you are drinking, and you are just drinking and eating and drinking and eating, and you're looking around the room, and you notice that the guys at the bar, the exact same 3 men when you came in, and they're drinking fairly heavily. Like, in the time you were here earlier and the time now, you've seen them put away several glasses of something. They don't seem the least bit phased.
Well, obviously, because they're drinking O'Ghouls, the non-alcoholic beer.
One of them kind of has his head down, and he's kind of tracing something on the bar with his finger. And he eventually gets up, and he comes over to your table, and he kind of looks around. I was like, "What are y'all doing here?"
Drinking and eating.
I'm eating, and then earlier I dealt with Tommy, who I think you probably hate just as much as everyone else in this town.
Piece of shit kid, yeah.
Piece of shit kid.
And you? And he looks at Grimette.
I am here with these two.
I heard his mother's pregnant again, so she don't really need him.
Where'd you hear that?
From her. She looking to get pregnant again. She's just calling. You just gotta call it a wash sometimes.
Of course. You're an interesting 3.
We are.
Yeah.
We are also going to perform tomorrow, so.
Okay, all right. So I'll look forward to seeing that. What are you going to do tomorrow? And as he's talking, more people start filing into the tavern.
We're gonna perform because apparently, according to the sheriff, that fucking bard is terrible.
Oh, Zach, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
We're 3 owls in a trench coat.
What does that mean?
You will find out tomorrow.
I know. Don't want to spoil the surprise.
Give me 10 minutes and I will show you.
No. Tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Otis, showmanship. You were never too drunk for showmanship.
But I gotta do our banner in the sky to let people know.
No, tomorrow. We will do it tomorrow.
I'll do it tonight for tomorrow.
No, we don't. No, just do it
no
tomorrow.
one can see it in the sky at the night times.
Is it?
Right.
Shit.
As the people are filing in, they're getting drinks and food and taking tables and standing around and eating. And the man looking at you is just like, so you're entertainers. One of you is clearly very drunk.
No, I'm fine.
All the time. Sir.
Yeah. No, Grimette is totally wasted.
It's heartbreaking, and I think he'll die soon.
That would likely be terrible. Anyone dying is always awful. Why do you think...
we don't want him to be used in a special ritual sacrifice.
What are you...
Yeah, we would appreciate if you didn't kill any of us in whatever bizarre ritual you're about to perform on us.
What the hell are you talking about?
Well, we are very uncomfortable by what is going on here.
We're offering you food and drink.
That is not normal.
Ugh.
Don't just come into a town and just eat and drink and sleep here for free, and then
Most people in Barovia are assholes.
yeah,
Or dick elves.
Do you...
or they goes in.
Do you
It's
know,
really either or of the genitalia.
Do you know where we all came from?
You're from where we're from.
Exactly. We have all been through Barovia. We all know how terrible it is, and when we find another group of people, well, usually they find us. We're more than happy to share with what we have.
So
I'm down with that. Cheers. And I go to tap my flusk.
He taps his glass with yours.
What is your name, sir?
I'm Broom. And it's
Broom.
Yeah, Broom.
Broom.
With a U or two O's?
With a U.
O? With the umlaut?
Yes, you're getting it, yes.
Otherwise it'd be Brun.
It would be Brun. That's very true. My name is not Brun, it's Brun. You are very strange little people.
That's a little insulting. No, we're just people. Size does not matter.
You're right. That was very rude of me.
Yeah.
Would you like me to get you another round?
Well, see, the thing is, this is one of those cases where size does actually matter. Ironically enough, when it does come to alcohol consumption, you don't seem to really be phased. Is it the metabolism of a large man such as yourself?
I'm going to tell you outside of character that you've seen humans get drunk. You've seen them get drunk very easily.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He's like, no, I just, I'm lucky.
I would like to insight that.
Go for it.
7.
That's a 16.
Otus, would you like to try? Or you just want to continue to drink obliviously?
I'm obliviously in my
Okay.
Well, your perception check did notice that he was
drawing.
not drunk, despite drinking.
Well, that's
a
true.
lot.
Yeah, that is true. I did notice that he wasn't drunk, and now he's playing this game.
He's playing this game.
Yeah, let me.
All right, I'll let you. I'll let you go for it.
Yeah, let me get that insight. 'Cause, yeah, I would have noticed. Nope. I'm at the bottom. I'm actually walking over to the bar to refill my flusk.
You've just vanished. They look around at Otus, and the chair's just empty.
Because that's an 8.
Grimette, he seems to be telling the truth. Surnia, he's telling the truth, but as you watch him, he seems to be holding something back, but it's the kind of thing that, like a personal issue type thing. Like, yeah, it's not something you would just, it's weighing on him, but it's not something you would just tell people about. He's not lying about anything. He's just kind of preoccupied.
That's some interesting kind of luck. I never knew that luck could really act on the physics of the human body.
You know how, when you see someone, you're like, oh, that person's, deep in thought. It's that sort of thing. He's not really. He's like talking to you, and only half paying attention. And about this time, Ursula comes back in. She's like, "Brune, leave him alone. Go away." And he just like shrugs and rolls his eyes and heads
Goodbye,
back.
Mr. Broom.
Goodbye, 3 owls. I will be looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Shit,
It'll
we're
be a
performing tomorrow?
pleasure.
Oh no. So Brune sits down, and another like a dwarf sits down. Actually, no, I'll take that back. The halfling sits down.
The hot halfling.
The hot halfling sits down, and she's like, "Here's the mayor. His name is." I'm trying to think of a halfling name. I didn't have one for him earlier.
Steve.
Hot halfling name.
What did you say, Volonda?
Steve.
Fine. Hot halfling named Steve.
That's
No.
okay. My fiance's name is Steven.
Beautiful. Ursula's like, "This is Steve, the mayor. You said you wanted to speak to him?"
Yes, hello, Steve the Mayor.
And he gives you a dazzling smile. Like, "Hello, and what is your name?"
My name is Surnia.
That's a lovely name.
Yes, I know.
And who are you two?
And I'm Otus Reedfellow.
Oh, that is a beautiful halfling name.
Thank you.
My cousin.
Would you like a sip from my flusk?
I'm quite all right. I still have
Okay,
things.
I'll
to
have
attend
one
to.
for you, and I take 2 swigs.
And
This
you,
is my cousin Otis, no relation.
Wait, we're not related anymore?
I'm not sure how that works. Do you just claim him?
What?
Do you just claim him as a cousin? Is that what's happening?
We're considering unclaiming him.
Mm.
But this is Grimette. She's made of fire.
She doesn't appear to be made of the stuff so much as covered in it.
Yes, I
Well-
am.
To your eyes.
I can be completely made of fire if I really needed to be, but I don't see the point right
Please
now. Also,
don't-
we're surrounded by alcohol, so that would be a
Yeah,
very,
don't
very
do
good
that.
idea.
You're surrounded by alcohol and in a wooden building. Please.
Yes, I would. I have had to make a promise I would not set anybody on fire. So
That is okay. That's good. So you promised that, right? You didn't just.
I've at least attempted. I am attempting. I'm promising to attempt not to set anyone or anything on
Right.
fire.
I do appreciate that. Now, Ursula says you wanted to speak to me about something or other.
Yes.
We would like to know what the hell is going on with your protection circle and why it is that every time we look out of the corner of our eyes, something weird is going on. Like we see things moving, or that painting has like a man with a sewed face. And apparently the answers may be in your private library. Well, let's go to the private library. And it's like, well, we don't know if it's a porno library or a straight library, so we needed to get permission to go there first.
It can be either. Wink.
He smiles at Surnia and he's like, nods. He's like, it could be either. But in this case, I believe you want to see the collection of Mayor's books dating back to the founding of the town?
If that is where the answers lie, yes. We want to know why it's not kosher. Why it's
Now,
not
Mayor
run
Steve.
very well.
The important question. Do you have a book on mixology?
I do not, but Marissa could mix anything you might want.
Well, if we're going to go to the library, I might as well be reading something.
I'm sure there's something in there you might find interesting.
Okay.
It is behind lock and key. I'm sure there's something interesting to check out if you look at the
So
shelves.
we have permission to go to your library?
Are you going to come with us?
Of course, I have the key, and I'm not about to give it to 3 strangers.
I'm not the stranger.
No, we're not strangers, we're owls.
In a trench coat.
Mm-hmm.
You're definitely not owls, but I think I see your meaning. Yes, we can go look at the library. Do you want to finish eating?
Oh, yeah,
Okay, let's go.
always.
And I just like shove all this, so I've got like chickmunk cheeks.
All right,
Surnia is just going to pick the plate up and take it with her at this point.
works for me. You can take a plate.
You can do that, Otis.
Oh, that's lovely.
Like I
And
said,
you
no
eat it.
relation.
Is Grimette gonna take a plate or just continue to eat her dry trail ration?
I'm going to continue my joke. I don't want to become a sacrifice victim. No, guys, it's not happening. I haven't taken any of their food or drinks since being here. I'm not going to start now. Fuck this.
That's not true. You had the strongest drink when you got here.
Okay, apart from that.
All right. Steve gets up and he leads you towards. Sorry, let me actually face the mic when I talk. Steve gets up and leads you towards a set of stairs in the back, and he leads up the stairs, and you go up 2 flights to the top of this building. And he walks down a hallway to a door that says Mayor on it in, it's like burned into the wood. It's very nicely done.
Surnia catches up with Steve. She says, "So Steve, tell me about your sale."
Well, I came here a few years ago with an adventuring party. Several of them died in the that weird house. Yeah, I don't know if you ever saw it. It's there. Some people don't ever go through it. The other ones got killed by werewolves and things, and then I managed to find my way here. And I'm safe here. I don't have to worry about the monsters and whatnot. It seems silly to question it.
Oh, so nobody told. When you're the mayor, though, didn't they tell you how it all works?
I was elected in an open vote.
That's good. Democracy in action.
Of course. I was elected, and I mean, there's not much to do. We don't tend to wander out of our town. We're pretty safe here. Why would we? I mean, I kind of just deal with the occasional dispute.
Don't you miss home?
Of course, but I can't leave.
You never tried? Never.
Of course I tried. And one thing, Volonda, I saw your note. We're gonna get through this scene and then jump to the next scene, and that's where we're gonna end it. No, I've tried to get home. Like everyone else here, we tried everything we could find. Never quite managed it.
Well, yeah. Well, Volonda is currently engaged to a nice man who might know the way out, but
you just call Grimette Volonda?
Yeah, oh jeez. Grimette.
It's that hour.
It's that hour. And
it's after 11. Who knows what I'm gonna say? Grimette is currently engaged to a very nice man, but we're also not one of his people, and I don't think they take people that aren't one of his people.
The Vistani, yeah, they're not very helpful, are they?
No.
I disagree. I think they're very nice people.
They are nice. Their dog's real nice.
Ah, yes, you spoke to one of their dogs. And he stops at this door and fishes a key out of his pocket, turns the lock, pushes it open, and inside there's an office and there's a desk, chair, several bookcases, another door to your right. There's a washstand in one corner, a nice chair with a little stand next to it with a little box on it. And he leads you to the next door, unlocks that, pushes it open, and there's a small library here. Feel free to look at any of the books. I have to stand here, obviously, and watch you to make sure you don't steal anything.
I would never.
While he's distracted with her.
Will you show me your favorite book?
Of course. And he smiles at you again and leads you over to one of the shelves, and he pulls out a book that is, you're like, ooh, what's this? And he flips it open, and it's just a storybook. It's about Luke versus an evil wizard.
I've never read this one before.
It's one of my favorites.
Can I borrow it?
You can borrow it while you're in here.
But why can't it leave? Don't you want other people? What's a library if no one can use it?
If you take it, it won't. You could damage it.
Oh, so can I come over and read it anytime I want?
He smiles and nods. He's like, I think we can make that happen.
Oh, good.
Grimette, what were
Meanwhile, Grimette.
stealthily stealing things? Is that what's happening here?
Some of the more interesting looking books, sure.
Roll me. Ooh. Roll me perception to like browse them quickly and find a good one.
24.
Ooh, good. You're looking around and you quickly find a line of books that clearly look like, sort of like journals. And you grab one and start flipping through it, and it's got dates in it. You're like, okay. And it's history, it's parts of the town. It lists, festival dates. It lists treasury, things like that. It lists mayoral elections. And it's pretty much just like a collection of town history. And occasionally, yoink. You want to steal it?
Sure.
Roll a sleight of hand.
Fuck.
This is definitely your strong suit.
60. Well, would it be advantage since he's distracted by the lovely young lady?
I'll give you advantage since she's distracted.
Yeah. Oh, that was worse. 15.
Well, he rolled an 18. So
No!
You try to pocket it, and he's like, could you not do what you're just I'm here. I'm watching you.
Oh.
You're on the right shelf, though, if you would want to keep looking. Just, you can't take the books out of here.
Oh, but, are you really going to be sidetracked by us being in here for perhaps hours on end as we peruse these books? That just seems a complete waste of your time.
Well, I do have some paperwork to handle. I can always sit outside of the room and watch you some more.
Well, do you have any books on town lore that we can turn into a story? That you said it's the shelf.
Yes, the shelf she's looking at is a bunch of information about the town, founding dates, mayoral elections, all that sort of stuff.
Now, we have to perform this lovely story about the town tomorrow. And it would be, we don't want to be staying here all night. We want to be able to sleep. There's not much room in here. So, you know where to find us. And it would be better that, we're all great at protecting things. We could easily take it out. I already gave you my rapier and dagger as collateral.
Roll persuasion.
Cool. Guess what? I'm a halfling. I get to reroll ones.
Yay!
Wait, I rolled ones earlier. I forgot about
it. What did you roll?
A 19.
He looks around. He's like, all right. Because I would like to see a good play instead of Zach's stupid bullshit for once.
I'm kind of glad I got rejected from the College of Fucking because apparently they do not produce good bards.
They really don't.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
This dude does not fuck.
He does not fuck. I will let you borrow them for tonight.
That is fine. Let's drink on it.
Your favorite
I pass him the flusk.
He will drink.
Eh.
And he looks at you. Since I'm letting them borrow the other ones, yes, you can borrow my favorite book.
Thank you. Do you want to come over and read it to me?
Are you a
Surnia, we share a room.
You don't have to.
No, we got 3 rooms.
We share a room.
We got 3. We do not share rooms. She's trying her hardest not to share a room. What am I rolling for this?
Roll persuasion? Roll charisma. That's persuasion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll persuasion.
5.
Can I give her my inspiration?
She has inspiration.
Wait, I have inspiration. I'm using my point of inspiration to get Surnia laid. What do I do?
If you're not going to use it for that, what are you going to
use it and re-roll it.
That's a 20!
Yes!
It's a dirty 20, but it's a 20 nonetheless.
A dirty 20 is the kind of 20 you want for this night.
Oh, yeah.
He looks at the other two and looks back at you and he's like, yeah, I'll, let's say I meet you in your room about 11 o'clock.
Sorry, hold on. I just choked and died. She says, oh, that's past my bedtime. How about 10:30?
10:30 sounds perfect.
And then when you're done reading her story, do you want to read me some of these tomes from about I don't read so good.
No, he does not, Otis.
Well, I shouldn't come between families, so I'm gonna say no. Maybe tomorrow night?
But then I'll be performing the thing, and then it'll be bad.
Well, maybe your friend Grimette can read them to you.
Oh no, I am already taken.
Yeah, she is engaged.
I just don't read so good, guys. I only got an 8.
See you tomorrow morning.
I'm gonna RUNDOFF like Tommy.
That would be preferable.
Okay. So I can get this straight. The mayor is going to see Surnia tonight. Otus is attempting to flirt with the mayor, or just trying to get him to read books for him.
I just want him to read me books. A bedtime story.
Otis has no clue that Surnia is flirting with the mayor.
I'm too drunk to realize.
I don't feel like he does notice. Grimette is, I assume, stacking up books and just like, yeah, this is all very interesting. Okay.
I think I'm just like stacking them. I'm using Mage Hand just to carry everything.
Okay.
Does she find any porn?
I would like to investigate for porn.
All right, investigate.
Of course, I'd natural 20 that one.
I can't wait for us to be finding something horrible, and all of our good rolls are wasted on finding
So good.
porn and having sex with the mayor.
You
I'll do it.
are
It's
pulling
good.
books down, and then behind 2 of the books, you find a slim volume tucked in the back. And you're like, what's this? And you open it, and it's just page after page after page of it's clearly magically done, very detailed drawings of various sex positions, naked people, just... you're like, okay, it's just naked people, cool. Oh, they're having sex, all right. And then it just gets dirtier and dirtier as you flip through it. And at a certain point, you're like, well, I have this now. I guess I could go all the way down this rabbit hole if I want. And then you put it on the stack of books.
I'd put it on the stack of books. I put it on top.
Okay.
I don't hide that I found this. I'm taking it with me though.
All right. And Steve looks at Otus and he's like, I think I'm going to be a little busy tonight, Otus. Perhaps I could get someone else to read it for you.
Yeah, sure.
All right, I will arrange that.
Ask Tommy, dude. That piece of shit ain't got nothing going on.
We tend to not talk to Tommy if we can avoid it.
He would make a very good sacrificial lamb.
What
in the
are you- Sacrificial lamb? What are you going on about?
Well,
In
the
a
thing
play.
is,
Definitely a play.
oh no, I was just going to say we are convinced that there is some sort of sacrifice going on to maintain the spell because all spells require something.
Yes, that's true. And honestly, if it required Tommy, that would probably solve a lot of problems, wouldn't it?
That seems
But
like
only-
something a crazy person would do.
Yes, but you have to understand, we have been in Barovia a very long time.
So have I, and I don't think I've quite...
But you live in a small town surrounded in sunlight. You don't really know what it's like out there.
I traveled through Barovia. I just told that story to your lovely friend here about how I lost all of
I
my...
have to be truly honest with you. I was too busy looking at your porn collection to actually be listening.
I am very lovely. It is true.
It is true. So you found the porn. Well, I say we end this part here, and you go read your books if you want. I have...
Do you need to borrow this? And she indicates the thing on top and looks at the pair of them.
He looks at Cerny and he's like, I don't think so.
So
No, we're fine. No, I do not need to borrow it. You must remember, Grimette, I've been many different animals.
oh, that is true. You do have animal magnetism working for you.
Oh, no. All right. For the sake of time, because I know everyone's getting exhausted, including myself, that's where the scene is going to end. Steve is going to go to Cernia's room at 10:30. Grimette goes to her own room with a stack of books. Otus, you go to your own room?
Yeah.
Okay, so you all go to your own room.
With his flus.
With his flute.
My flute.
The mayor
Picard, I love you.
does send someone up to read a story to you, and it's one of the older men who's sitting at the bar. And he's a little drunk, but he's happy to read to you. He's just like, yeah, whatever. He's got a big glass of
He's
alcohol.
like, I read to my son every night. It can't be that different. You're about the same size.
It's fine. I don't mind.
I'm like blankets up, and I'm like drinking out of the flute so he gets a bottle. Bedtime story.
And he's like, well, this doesn't seem that weird. And he's kind of like swaying on his chair, just like reading whatever book you found.
Yeah, about the history of the town, so I can make a nice story about it. If not, I'll just pull one out of my ass that I've done before.
Okay. And
That is actually one of his talents, is just pulling things out of his butt.
Different character.
it's a good.
Part of the show. Oh, different character. Yeah,
Different
part of the show.
Okay, so Surnia, just because this has to happen anytime anyone has sex, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my. Okay.
Oh,
well,
please
good
fail,
thing I
please
upped
fail.
my
I
constitution.
didn't roll one of those. Oh wait.
I had you roll something. I think it might have been athletics.
No, I think she did charisma because they
Oh.
sat and talked all night because they.
That's
were
right.
classes.
You sat up and talked all night. Are you specifically trying to get lit?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. Roll Constitution saving throw.
15.
All right, yeah. It's a pretty good night with Steve, the hot halfling mayor.
Dumb name.
Otus, roll a Constitution saving throw for a different reason.
Yep. All right. Con save.
Oh.
I'm a halfling. I get to reroll ones.
Oh.
All right. So 17. What's my modifier for con saves? That'll be a 19.
All right. You eventually drift off to sleep, and everything's lovely. To the dulcet tones of this drunk man reading about this.
Sleep or blackout.
You black out. You just
You black out, but you don't die.
you don't die. It's fine.
Did
Now-
he like turn me over so I don't like choke on my own
he's like,
vomit?
well, can't have you die. It's okay. Now,
And then he
Grim-
goes back to reading the story.
He just reads it, just drinking out of this like big glass of alcohol.
I imagine it's from the private library. He's not often he gets to read this book.
Exactly. He's like, well, I'm gonna keep finding out what's on here. Grimette, make an investigation check to find what you want to find.
3.
Can I give her my inspiration? Is she like inspired to like make it so that I have a good story?
No, it's funnier if she doesn't find it because of what I want to do.
She's
I
distracted.
love it. Okay, so you are looking through these books. You're like, I got it. I gotta find something. And then you're getting kind of bored. And you keep looking at the porn. Just like reading, you're like, and eventually you put the town history book down and you pick up the porn. And that's where you spend the rest of your night until you pass out.
Woof.
Now everybody, highs or lows?
Hi.
Hi.
Low.
Oh, I love that. Otus
Yes.
and Grimette.
Mm-mm.
In the middle of the night, you wake up. There is someone in your room. They clearly have meant to wake you up. Like, they're not... They snuck in, but
We're
they're
being woken up.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you fucking wake up.
No, we wake up. Okay.
And you wake up, and it's someone you saw around. Like, you've never talked to them, but someone you saw. And they're like, listen, I need your help. This is going to sound crazy, but there's something awful in this town, and I need somebody on the outside to help me figure this out.
I knew it!
And you yell this at him.
Oh, yeah.
I knew it! You yell, I knew it! And he's like, well, shh, quiet. There are people here.
I'm sorry. I knew it!
Okay, well, all right. So, and then Grimette, he's like... Actually, I'm going to go with Otis first. Otis, the man's like, listen, somebody here is not what they seem, and they're going to try to destroy this whole town. And I need someone to help me find and stop them. Can you do that?
Can I finish sleeping on it?
It's a yes or no question. I'm gonna let you go back to sleep. Just will you help me?
Find the person?
Yeah, find a person.
Is it Tommy again?
It's not Tommy. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure it's not.
Because
Tommy.
fuck Tommy. No, not literally. All right, fine. Can I get out of my room?
Yeah, okay. You can go to sleep. I'll find you during the festival tomorrow.
Wait. Can you finish reading me the story? I didn't hear the end of it.
And he looks at her and he's like, okay. And he grabs the book and he's like, all right, I'll read you this. I will find
No,
you.
I already heard that part. Skip the next chapter.
So he keeps going, and he's like, okay, I'm going to start here. This chapter? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Tomorrow I'll find you during the festival, but you can go back to sleep for now, and then he starts reading the book to you. Grimette, it's Broom standing at the foot of your bed,
Of course.
shaking one of your legs. And
Ow!
oh, sorry. And he's like, listen, there's something wrong in this town, and I need you to help me fix it.
I know it.
In fact, I need you to get my son back.
Your son.
It's my son.
Right. What happened? Tell me everything.
And he settles down. He's like, this is going to be a very long story, but I will try to condense it as best I can.
That would be appreciated.
And for you to get the gist of it, and he pulls out a dagger, and he holds up his hand, and he's like, well, everyone in the town can do this. And he just plunges it through his hand, but he doesn't even react. And there's no blood. And he's like, kinda, and he like wiggles it around like, anyone would be like screaming in pain. And he's just like, this. And he pulls it back out, and his hand just like, it looks perfectly fine. And that's where we're going to end it. So.
No one can
Well,
sleep
fuck me.
no one can sneak into Surnia's room because they're just banging all night.
Yeah, someone probably tries, and they're like, oh, nope.
Nope.
That's not natural. That's not included in that poll. Oh,
Wait
boy.
a second. I didn't know.
Where's our bear?
I didn't know those two shapes could go together like that. So thank you
It's
for...
called a tessellation.
What was it called? You can't even repeat it.
Think about shapes. So it's a
Tessellating.
tessellation.
Great. All right. Thank you for joining us for episode 1 of The Village. We will be back not next week, but the week, or not in 2 weeks. We'll be back 2 weeks after that. Yeah, in a month, because Gen Con is in 2 weeks, and everyone's going to be traveling, and it's...
And RTX, where we've got our live
Gen
game.
Con, RTX, yeah. That's true. You guys have a live game, so anyone going to RTX should 100% check that out.
You should come.
Watch us drink on stage while playing D&D, I guess.
I love that idea.
It'll be like this.
But different. Yeah, thank you for joining us. Yeah, we'll be back in a month for part 2, and I think it will be the last part of this Meanwhile series. Don't know about that yet. We'll see how you guys do in part 2. I have been Drew Tillman, and you can find me on Twitter at NotThatDrew. You probably know all the places since this is a Patreon thing, but I'll start with Volonda and then the two guests. Volonda?
Great, just as I start eating chocolate. I've been Volonda. I played Comet, who was on fire the entire night. You can find me on Twitter at blood_BTP. You can find me on the Lucky Die podcast on Monday. I think that's all I'm doing this week. I think.
You think? Okay.
I don't remember. I'm so goddamn tired. I have no... I vaguely remember my name is Volonda on here.
Okay, all right, that's fine. John, would you like to plug all sorts of things?
John, that film guy on the socials with underscores because some other jerk took the other one. You can find me on Dungeon Drunks with my friend Jules here. We release every Monday, and our live game is at RTX in 2 weeks. So if you are planning on attending, you should go and see us. And if you weren't planning on attending, you should still come and see us. I think there's still tickets available. So come see us. Whatever. I won't love you forever. Maybe I will. But I've been your raging alcoholic, and I'll see you next time.
And Jules.
I've been Jules. You can find me at Twitter at Julia_Rissa. And of course, I always play D&D on Monday nights with Sedlack, and our new episodes come out on Mondays. I also spend Monday afternoons playing Call of Cthulhu over at Encounter Roleplay. It's a lot of fun. It is probably as ridiculous as this is. So if you like this in any way, shape, or form, go check out Atomic Cthulhu. Mondays, 4:30 Eastern. or literally any of their other stuff. Yeah, that's it. You can come see us at RTX, or if you're going. If
We
you're
want
in the office,
friends.
I have this theory whenever we do a panel that the only people that show up are going to be our friends who pity us.
And then there's 800 other people.
There are other people sometimes, but I'm just like, it's just going to be our friends.
Well, we stack the front row with our friends, and then it's like, oh wait, our friends keep going.
And they
now we
love...
have 800 friends.
Our friends sit in the front row and the light shines on you, so I don't have to see anybody I don't know and get scared.
And then we get to just be...
That's how you work it. So once again, thank you for joining us. We'll be back in a month. We'll see what happens to these people. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.